Cancer. Hello, Cancer. Welcome back to my channel. This is Skeleton Key Tarot, and this is a tarot card reading for Cancer. All Cancer placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Wherever you've got Cancer in your chart or in your life, there's something in this message for you. And as always, cross watchers are welcome here too. So let's begin. Messages for Cancer, please. What does Cancer need to know? Okay, so I was seeing while I was meditating on your energy, I saw the ocean, I saw the sunrise, I saw it rising up above the water completely. So it wasn't just halfway, it was all the way above the water, but not very high in the sky yet. So maybe it's like 8 o'clock in the morning. And everything looked red, magenta, yellow, orange, and I saw a lot of diamonds. It's actually really beautiful to see what I'm seeing in my mind right now, which is why I'm taking the time to try to convey it to you, you know, like tell you about it, describe it to you, because I wish you could see what I'm seeing in my mind. It's really beautiful. I feel like this is a good omen for the opening of your reading. It's like juicy. It's like this juicy early morning sunrise. It's like starburst candy. I'm seeing candy. It's sugar. It's sweet. It's making my mouth water. Like, this is mouth watering. Okay, so I've got to get to the cards. All right, so 3 cards came out. The Lovers, which if you look at the Lovers right here, do you see the sun in the background? That's kind of like the colors with the yellow, and the wings are like reddish magenta, kind of that purple mountain in the background, these colors, that blue. This is kind of giving like the sunrise I was seeing in my mind. So this is a juicy relationship. This is like a very attractive person. I'm seeing a lot of shapes and colors for you. I don't always get messages like this, and even when I do, I don't always feel like I need to talk about it, but I feel really compelled to talk about it right now. So I hope you don't mind. If this is your message, I guess this is your reading. There's something in this for you. There's this fire sign, okay, because we have the 7 of Swords, this fire sign, King of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or it is a very attractive masculine person. I think this is a man that's your lover, probably, or somebody that's in their masculine energy. But what is this 7 of Swords doing? We need to investigate, because I don't like that. My first instinct, you know, even though we just saw a beautiful vision of the sunrise at 8 o'clock in the morning with all the sparkles and diamonds, I'm seeing a 7 of Swords here, so I'm going to need a little bit more information about that, because as we all know, that's a very sneaky card, and I'm getting a sneaky vibe off of this now. So I don't like that unless you like that for some reason. Do you like sneaky? This person is secretive. I've got the 9 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So this is like somebody who's very independent, financially wealthy or financially independent. This is giving like extroverted, wealthy, stable, somebody who has, or they have this projection of this image. Yeah, they project an image of being financially well off or comfortable, or they have nice clothes, they have a nice car, they have nice things. They project an image of wealth. This image that they are projecting, maybe that's what we were seeing. Is this, I don't know, is this for real? This person takes a lot of financial risks. Are they a gambler? Are they an entrepreneur who takes financial risks? Do they like invest in new things? They like to invest in technology. They like to invest in the stock market. They may have cryptocurrency. They are like, I'm getting Aries energy off of this right now, but yeah, kind of the, whatever their sign of Mars may be. If they're not an Aries, they may have Mars in Aries, or they have significant Mars and or Aries placements in their chart where they do things kind of impulsive. I keep seeing this very fast car, like a Charger, like a Dodge Charger, or like a Japanese car, you know, that's all souped up. Like this person might be kind of like I'm gonna say it's I have to say it, it's like they're kind of like hood rich, you know, like they have like I'm seeing like okay, I'm seeing an intersection at night and there's everybody standing around and there's cars doing donuts. There's the cars doing, you know, like cars like drifting. Somebody likes to do drifting and like donuts in the intersection at night and everybody's around. And this guy has one of the best cars. You know, this may be a Leo who's very status oriented or somebody like that with Virgo in their chart as well. This person's very status oriented. This masculine that you're getting involved in is very flashy, sumptuous. I just heard sumptuous. Okay, he likes fine leather. He wants to be rich. Okay, and he makes enough money to look good or wealthy for that zip code or for that neighborhood because he lives in a place that is low rent. Okay, his rent is low or something. Like he may even, I'm getting ahead, am I getting ahead of myself? No, because the Seven of Swords is here, we're talking about it. He may even be into doing like drugs or drug dealing or like thievery, theft, larceny, auto, no, hold on. I'm getting he has a job at like AutoZone because of his car. Like he works at the Napa Auto Body, you know, and he has a cool car and like, yeah, he works at the car store. Who is this? This is so specific. I'm sorry, but this has got to come through, I guess, Cancer. This is supposed to be a general reading for Cancer. Usually, if you wanted personal details, we could do a personal reading, but I am getting so much personal detail right now, and maybe there's 1,000 people out there, and there's 1,000 guys like this out there, or women, whoever it is that's driving this car. Or this could be figurative. It doesn't have to be literally. It could be just the energy of this type of personality, this vibe that I'm picking up on. It could look different in different scenarios, and the same message may still apply or relate to you. Like you could find this relatable somehow. So I don't want to say that it's not your message. It just feels so specific today. As the reader, I can't help but notice that that's very specific information. So this guy works at an auto body shop or auto repair mechanic, or like he does car work on the side from his own garage. I'm seeing somebody has a house and they do car work in their own garage. And they work on people's cars and they're good at it. They have like mechanical aptitude and they live in a poor neighborhood or a low rent neighborhood. They live in a poor neighborhood. This might even be like their mom's house, or like they inherited their mom's house, or they're going to. Maybe she still lives there. I don't know. Like I'm getting the mom is around. She may let him do this out of the garage since he was like 16 years old, and he now like works on people's cars, and it's not above board. Actually, he doesn't pay taxes. Actually, like he doesn't fill out he's not got a license for this, or like this is how it feels. This could also be somebody who does hair out of their house too. I'm just seeing like side business out of the house, maybe has a job at the they have a job at the store, right? They also run a business somehow out of their garage, like working on cars or maybe selling weed or something, and it's not really legal. It's like semi-legal. They exist in a legal gray area. This person is ambiguous, but they are a small business person. They are self-made. They made their own money this way. They take risk. Okay, so Queen of Wands, the Devil, wow. King and Queen of Wands are both here. King and Queen now. And the Devil, oh, this relationship. Partners in crime. This is funny because remember when I first started the reading, I was like, this person's very sneaky unless that's okay with you, you know? Like that, and I was feeling like that may not be a problem for you. Like you're okay with them being sneaky. You're okay with them doing crime. You're okay with them doing what they have to do to make money. And they are good at it, and you are compatible with this person in the mindset because you're both this Devil, this fire. Okay. Hold on. Okay, yeah, you feel like there's a future that you could get out of the problem together. Like you could get out of poverty together. The two of you, just do whatever you got to do. Spirit is like, do what you got to do. It's okay. This world is evil. Like the world is unjust. The system that you're in is not fair. There's no reason for you to tell the government every time you make money, like you don't need to pay taxes. Don't what am I talking? Spirit, like I'm like advocating tax fraud on my channel now. Oh my God, you guys got me advocating tax fraud on my channel. Cancer, who am I reading for? Are you even Cancer? Are you like a cross watcher? Are you Gemini with Cancer placements? Are you Aries, Leo with Cancer placements? Scorpio, Virgo, Taurus, Libra, Virgo. Okay. So it's like the two of you want to make some money together. Like you see that this person is a kind of a boss, and like he may not have the education. He may not have the education. He may not have the background that somebody else may have. He may not have the access or the, you know, like dealing with paperwork and bureaucracy is a whole thing. And maybe, you know, if there's nobody to explain how it works or show you what to do or tell you to do it, maybe you're just not going to do it. And maybe you don't want to pay taxes. Like you don't want 24%, 30% of every dollar that you make going to the government. Do you? Well, I mean, maybe you can also... I feel like somebody's also taking advantage of government programs, or do you decide not to do that? And you're like, well, I'm not going to pay taxes because I'm not going to take food stamps. I'm just going to keep my money and buy my own food. I never talk about this kind of stuff on my channel whatsoever, so this is so different for me personally. This is blowing my mind. Okay, let me focus. The two of you are like partners in crime. All right, whatever you're doing, it is illegal probably, or it's an illegal gray zone. It's a gray zone for legality. But you're doing this together to make some money, to try to better yourself. And I feel like you're thinking, if we just do this now, then we will reach a level of prosperity where we are not going to have to do it like this anymore. Like, if we do crime now and just like, if we rob this bank now, we do this heist, right? We're going to do a heist. This is like a heist movie. Am I writing fiction right now? Is your life a movie or something? I feel like your life is a movie. I feel like I've got like fingernails. My fingernails are long. Are you like a mafia boss's wife, or are you the mafia boss and this is your wife or something? Like, okay, you have long fingernails or something to do with your fingernails. You could be, okay, you could be like a stripper, or you're like a prostitute, or you are whatever you're doing, and I see you wearing little outfits, and I see you, yeah, I'm just seeing somebody walking around outside in the city, or in the, yeah, like the city, the town, whatever. I'm seeing like Las Vegas, I'm seeing different, and so I feel like, are you just dressing like that, or are you also like in that life? Are you both? I feel like you are. Like, I feel like your background, you're not one to judge this person for what they had to do to get to where they are, and they're not judging you either. But it's like you're, okay, maybe you weren't like doing that, but maybe you worked at like McDonald's or something, or you just didn't have a great job either. Or you also sell drugs, or like you're into that life, or where you're sort of not doing, you're doing things that are technically illegal, but you're doing this to survive, and there's not a whole lot of options available to you somehow. Like, you don't have a lot of education, you've had some trouble in the past, and you don't come from a great background. In fact, you come from a shit background, or like, you know, like there's trauma, or there's generational trauma, or there's just problems with your family, poverty, whatever. You come from an impoverished, dusty place. I'm seeing the dust in the street. I'm seeing like broken buildings. This is not lifestyles of the rich and famous, right? This is real for a lot of people, so I guess I'm getting that message today. It's like you come from a tough place. You've had to do what you've done. You did what you did. You have a background. You know what it is. And they pretty much know what it is too. Maybe they don't know everything, but like The two of you are a match. I think the most important part here is the two of you are counterparts. You two are an important couple right now. The two of you getting together is important. Like, the two of you are going to work together. You could benefit each other. This person could be beneficial to you. I think loyalty is going to be really important in this situation, and being sure that you're on the same page about the shared long-term goals, which I think you are. Yeah, you're getting ready to go, maybe even to get married. I think the two of you are going to get married. You're going to move to a new location. You're going to move to a better life together. You're going to have a better life together. Like, this person's going to help lift you up, and you're actually going to help support this person too. This person, the King of Wands character, whoever that is in the masculine energy, this is a leader. He takes initiative. He has initiated this relationship with you. He is pursuing you, and the two of you are supposed to be together. I see that. Okay, you're supposed to be together. You know it intuitively. You're going to move in together. You're going to be living together in the future, going forward. You're moving in together in the future. This is a relationship with somebody that you're going to move in with. Yeah, everything is saying that you're taking action moving forward. So this is good. This is someone that you're moving in with. You're going to live with them. And honestly, I feel like you guys are good for each other. I actually think that the two of you are very compatible. You understand. You understand. You don't judge each other. You're actually very supportive of each other. You want the best for each other. You care about each other, actually. Yeah, I get that. I'm feeling it. This could be a relationship that lasts a long time, where the two of you understand each other. You're supportive. You don't judge each other. You love each other. You find each other very, very attractive, by the way. There's a lot of passion. There's a strong bond here. You look good together. You make sense together. These two people make sense together. And yes, they're both kind of criminals, actually. Like, they live and exist in an illegal gray zone. There's something about this that is like, the two of you are co-conspirators. You're collaborating on a scheme. You're scheming on something, but it feels like it's because you're coming from a place that is, like, honestly kind of desolate. I don't always get desolate vibes. Like, this is a very, I'm laughing because I'm uncomfortable. I feel like I'm in a dangerous neighborhood. Like, I'm psychically speaking, I'm sitting in this neighborhood, in this house, and I've found myself here today. I don't always get such strong imagery as I've gotten today for you, Cancer. This is a strong one for me. This vision today has been very potent. So I'm sitting in a house in a neighborhood, and this house is kind of like, okay, it's half empty. It's kind of dirty, it's kind of trashy, it's a very trashy place, half empty. The furniture is either broken or there's not a lot of furniture. I'm in a room where there's just like a chair. There's stuff everywhere. There's a mattress on the floor, and like the sheets are not, is this somebody's childhood home? Like, the sheets are kind of dirty and the mattress is kind of stained, and like this place, there's dead flies on the windowsill. There's dishes in the sink, dirty dishes. It's like the floors are grubby. I mean, I'm not judging, I'm describing where I'm at right now, because this message is important for somebody. Otherwise, it wouldn't be coming through so hard. So I hope it's getting to whoever it's meant to be for. I'm sure it will. That's how it works. So I hope you're hearing this eventually, whenever this message is for you. This is your story. This is your message. Like, I'm in somebody's house, and there's not a lot of furniture. It's half empty. There's not a lot of food. There's not a lot of money. The place is kind of grubby, and there's like sheets on the window. I'm talking like blanket on the window instead of curtains, kind of poverty. And I'm looking out the window, and I see the street, and the street is lined with other houses full of people in similar circumstances. In the street, the pavement is all cracked up. The asphalt is dusty, and the sidewalks cracked up, and it's hard to drive with the potholes and stuff, and people do drive down it. People still drive down this street all the time, but it's like hasn't been maintained in a while. And yeah, I just see, honestly, it's not as dirty as some neighborhoods in real life. I feel like there must be some kind of street sweeper or something where there's some trash around, but it's not like whatever. I've seen worse. And so I guess it's not as bad as it could be. It can always be worse, right? It can always be worse. Anyway, I just feel like this is a tough place to be. It's hard to live under these circumstances. It's not always comfortable, and sometimes very noisy, very uncomfortable. There may be violence around in the neighborhood or even in your own home. There's trouble, there's drugs, this is the culture of like, you grow up and drugs are everywhere. It's in school, you go to school, everybody's got drugs in school in this neighborhood. Like every high school in the area is full of drugs. And it's like, what else do you do? There's nothing else to do. And you have an economic opportunity if you start selling marijuana, pills, whatever, at school, in the neighborhood. I don't know. I feel like, just to bring it back around to the cards, it just seems like whoever has a tough background here, maybe it's both of you in your own way. Like somebody else has like almost like it's supposed to be a middle class neighborhood, but it's like a lower middle class neighborhood. Like somebody lives in almost like a row house, and then somebody else lives in like a ranch style home or something, one of these shoebox looking houses. And I see a little piece of land around, like it's got a yard, it's got a 1/4 acre maybe, but the inside of the house is just about the same as the inside of this house that I was just in. Like the inside, it may look a little nicer on the outside, but on the inside is a mess. It's a mess in there too. Like maybe even in some ways kind of worse, or it's got its own kind of issues, mental health, depression, other kinds of drugs there too. Same thing, drugs in the school, drugs in the neighborhood. I'm seeing it. But this one this house maybe has a garage where this one was able to do the business out of the garage or something, like fixing cars, or it's coming back around. I'm smelling the garage. I smell a garage or a basement or something. And there's like, maybe they have a basement and they were able to do the business out of the basement, or they had their room in the basement, or they live in the basement. And there, I feel like society and status conscious people may look at you and judge you. And maybe you don't want to stay where you're at forever. You don't want to live in this situation forever. But I see the two of you are actually really good for each other. You're actually good influences in a bad situation. The two of you both are good influences on each other in a bad situation. So good. This is a light in the dark. It's going from the dark to the light. I see the two of you helping each other get through this transition phase, going from the dark to the light. And that's why you're in this gray zone. Yeah. Okay. But if so in this gray zone, I feel like you could go either way. There's an instability here. Like you could go down a dark road very easily in this, or you could go towards the light together. And I see the two of you tending towards the light together, like going toward a better long-term situation. There's a lot of pain and suffering, generational suffering from both sides of this. Like I feel like grandparents, parents, and now you've both inherited so much ancestral, is it karma or just trauma or something like this? And then like the two of you are able to help each other get towards a path that on the long term brings you both closer to healing those generational curses, or like generational karma, generational trauma. I see you burning off that karma, healing that trauma together. And it's about your ancestral line as well. You heal this for your ancestors. Like when you heal the trauma in you, you are also healing them in a way spiritually. So I see you tending to go in a good direction, but I feel like we're also being given a warning here. that you got to watch out. Okay, so the two of you are Two of Cups. The Two of Cups is so beautiful. You're so compatible. You're soulmates. You're spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally, intellectually compatible. You want the same things. You have the right idea together, or you share the same idea together. And I do see that the two of you are taking this relationship to a deeper level. And I don't think that anything would ever stop you or get in your way ever. I feel like the two of you are like dead set on being together. And isn't that beautiful? That's beautiful. Yeah, you really love each other. You may be young. I feel like I'm picking up on young people. Okay, something about this is destabilizing. I was trying to give you a heads up about some kind of warning, and I feel like you don't want to hear any kind of warning. You want to believe wholeheartedly in the vision, the dream that the two of you have, and you're going to ignore red flags. You are. And there's nothing anybody can say. You may ignore some red flags from this person because, yeah, there's the Five of Wands. There's conflict between the two of you. Fighting. You two are really good for each other, actually. This is Five of Wands. This is Leo and, what is it? Saturn. Saturn and Leo, or is it Mars and Leo? I can never remember. I think it's Mars. It's either Mars or Saturn. Anyway, I feel like the two of you need to concentrate. This is a call for you to concentrate. You're in this death card right now, this transformation. You need to be serious and goal-oriented, focused on the future, making some serious decisions, getting very clear in your mind, making head over heart decisions, logical, structured. Yeah, that's how you're going to overcome the adversity. You will overcome this adversity. Things are changing right now. You may feel kind of scatterbrained, or you're being pulled in multiple directions. There's a need for focus, for concentration. There's a need to be distilled. You're being distilled down to your essence, like focusing on that essence. As you go through this very uncomfortable transformation process, something has got to dissolve and to be reconfigured into something new. And this is how you overcome. This is how you rise above. And this is how you get your victory. This is a good thing. Ultimately, it's a good thing. But I think it may cause problems. There may be arguments. There may be some kind of conflict you're going to have to get through and make some serious changes. You need to be very practical with your money as well. I think you know intuitively that this money is good. Like, this is going to lead you to a healthier, happier, more prosperous, abundant, stable financial situation. And that's a great thing. So perhaps you're going to learn, you're going to come into this Empress abundance. But there's something you need to learn about your mindset and the way that you approach this and the way that you think about it. Perhaps there's a need to be super practical. Like, you need to be super pragmatic with your money, strategic with your money, to have a deeper understanding of prosperity and how to handle it. Because especially if you come from a background where there's not a lot of experience with larger amounts of money, perhaps there's not some wisdom. There's certain pieces of wisdom that have not necessarily been passed down to you that you are going to learn yourself on your own. You're going to learn these things yourself. You are the one to learn these things in your family. You may be the first person to go to college, right? Maybe you're the first one in your family to even maybe graduate high school, or I don't know. It's giving something along those lines where you get this money and you're learning about wealth management. And if you approach this from that point of view, you will have a certain kind of success that you're looking for. You will be successful in this financial venture if you can approach this money, this asset with a wise money management perspective. I don't even really know what that means. That's just the message I'm getting. What does that mean? It means maybe get some financial advice or look it up online. What does that mean? How do you maybe it's different for everybody. Maybe it's different for everybody, but you can avoid financial conflicts, conflicts of interest. You can avoid certain trappings of poverty. Like, you can get out of poverty. In this energy, I'm seeing two people who are helping elevate each other out of a difficult financial background. Or, you know what I've been saying, turning to semi-legal, gray zone, not quite legal, making money off a crime or whatever you're doing that's not quite legal. I'm not saying it's crime, but I'm not saying it's not a crime, you know what I mean? And it's like, you're making money, you're doing this, you have an opportunity, you're working out of this small business. Maybe you have two jobs where one of them is legit, the other one is secret, and like, you're making money, you're doing good, like, good job. Yes, yes, everybody says yes, good, this is good, you're on the right path. You don't have to live this way forever if you just keep being wise about the money, wise money management, being very practical, pragmatic, paying off the bills. Do you have a lot of debt? Maybe you don't even have student loan debt. Like, that's a good thing. Don't get a credit card, don't go into debt, you know, don't do anything stupid, just keep it going, like, keep the trajectory going, and you're going in the direction of financial literacy, financial stability, and that part of the financial literacy, I feel like, is so important. Like, you may want to read about this, or like think about how to approach money. Oh, you know what? I actually have a book you might want to read. Do you like books? Well, anyway, I'm just going to recommend it. You decide. But there's this book. It's called Misbehaving: The Making of Behavioral Economics by Richard H. Thaler. And this person is really good. It's like, okay, it's a frequently hilarious account of his struggle to bring economics back down to earth. Talking about money, talking about how people use their money. It's behavioral economics, and it's part psychology, and it just kind of explains to you, like, the dumb things that we do with our money. Like, we all do things with our money that we shouldn't do. Like buying clothes online shopping for beautiful garments. I think we should buy things online for ourselves. I know I'm going to, as a Taurus. I buy pretty much whatever I want, but not everything that I want, because, you know, there are bills that need to get paid. So who am I talking to that needs to hear this message? I'm not sure. Maybe you're younger, or you're just figuring this stuff out, or you're doing these things where you have this wise money management perspective, and this is your confirmation to encourage you to keep going with that, because it's definitely going to pay off for you. It's going to work out. Don't spend your money. Don't spend your extra money. Don't wear your money. Wear some of it. Okay, you're going to need some nice clothes. Who am I talking to? Am I talking to myself right now? I don't even have Cancer placements. It's like, okay, you need certain basics in your wardrobe, right? But after you cover your basics, like, if you got a lot of money coming in right now and you're like feeling like you want to buy some clothes, that's a good thing to do. I think you should, but you should be really smart about the way that you do it, right? Cover your basics. You should have your basic capsule wardrobe covered instead of a bunch of statement pieces, right? You don't want to blow a bunch of money on statement pieces that you only wear once. You want to make sure you've got all your basics covered in your wardrobe. And maybe that's an analogy for life as well, if you're trying to build your way up out of poverty, right? You want to build your status up. You want to build a better lifestyle for yourself. You want to build your wardrobe. But you've got to start with the foundation and make sure you've got the necessities taken care of. Because you don't want to just survive. You want to thrive from the ground up. And you can build on top of that, but you need to make sure the bases are covered. Covering your bases so that you can build up on that foundation. And you can feel good in your lifestyle and still be strategic, or intelligent about the way that you spend your money. I just feel like I'm talking to somebody who's not used to having this money. Or did you hit the lottery? Did you get some kind of inheritance? Like, what is this? Did you get a new job and it's like a really good new job? But maybe you're joining forces in this relationship with this person. You're in a relationship now with this person who makes this money and they're giving it to you. They're sharing it with you. So now you have your job, which is a legitimate source of income, maybe your side hustle, which is off the books, off the record, and then you have this relationship that's also supporting you and feeding you. So you have more resources at your disposal. And I think it's a beautiful thing to invest in yourself. So you should, but you should also start to think about the long term if you're not already, which I bet you are. Continue to think about what your future self also needs. Dressing for the lifestyle that you want. Yeah. Turning it into that lifestyle. You can turn your life around, or you can do some money magic or some kind of alchemy here. Alchemical process where you slowly replace all of the little parts and pieces in your life with better little parts and pieces over time until you have a whole new, better lifestyle. Okay, that's where I'm going to leave it today. That's what I got for you today, Cancer. Whoever this is for. I hope this was helpful. I hope it was of service to you. If you enjoyed this and you'd like a personal reading, my email's in the description box below. You can email me. I'll let you know how it works. You let me know what you need. But in any case, I just want to say thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll see you in the next one, okay? Bye.